Alrighty guys, welcome back to Trainify. I have crazy episode. Not much in the way of action, but in the way of everything not going wrong, but everything just happening. So what we've done is my Mrs. Tracy has just got a new job and it starts at the start of August. So I can't remember what we are, July 6th or July 7th or something right now. So we have 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Look what we're doing. Slide on's not ready yet. I'm still building that. That's coming up in future episodes. So keep an eye out for that. All right guys, so the deal is 3 weeks. My wife starts work. We have to be back here in the bay at the start of August. So we're racing up to Cooktown. Why not? All right, so what we're doing is we're zooming up to Cooktown and we're just swagging it. So it's a family of 4. Me, Tracy, Tyne and Taya, zooming up to Cooktown. That's the furthest destination that we want to go to just because of time. I want to go to the tip so bad, but I'll be able to look out down the track taking the Lucky Star. There she is there. Take the Lucky Star. I'll have some awesome places. That's what I want to do. Do some research, do a little bit of R&R, do some banging episodes for you guys. But we have just the D-Max and that canopy is full. 2 swags. So King's, was it the King's Daddy swag or yeah, the huge King's swag anyway. 1 for me and Tracy, 1 for Tara and Tyne. It is, what is it today? Friday today. And we have to zoom up. We're going straight to Cape Palmerston tomorrow, about 7 hours from us. And then the next is Cairns. So get to Cairns. I just want to boost up there straight away, just real quick. Just want to fly up there and then we can take our time from Cairns to Cooktown and do some awesome episodes, camping, everything. It'd be awesome. All right, so we've already got the canopy loaded. It's the night before we go. Got the swags up. I've still got to tie everything down. We've got heaps of stuff to do at home and sort the house out. And righto, so I've done some maintenance on the D-Max. It has not been smooth sailing. Rotors, front wheel bearings were shot, replaced them, drive-on oils, done them. Had to do an output shaft seal. So that's where the tail shaft meets the transfer case on a 4-wheel drive. On a 2-wheel drive, tail shaft meets the gearbox. The seal, where the tail shaft goes into, keeps the gearbox oil, or the transfer oil in my case, from coming out. That was starting to weep, so I said, no worries, let's do that seal. I don't want to be stuck up at Cooktown somewhere on a dirt road, changing an output shaft seal. Got the seal late, got the seal yesterday, changed it. It did not go in very well. It went in a little bit crooked, like that. Started leaking, just dripping some oil. Crap, pulled it back out, saw that the seal was, tried to get the seal back out. If anyone's done any seals before, they know all too well that the seal does not come out. I destroyed the seal getting it out and we lost the day. So quickly ran around and zoomed around today and got an extra seal from, I think it was like from Maryborough or something like that. Got that in, it works, it fitted in well, it seated well, it's not dripping oil. The car's good to go. Fucking cars. We're packed, we're ready to go. I'll show you guys the footage of just hecticness, just getting this car ready. Just the little things that you always put off, all had to be done because we were going to do a big trip. This had to be done and it all happened at once. But we got it done, so we're excited. So we got 3 weeks. I'm going to bring you guys some banging episodes. It's about 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night at the moment. We're still doing stuff. So let's roll some footage of me working on this bloody car to get it ready to take you guys to Cooktown. That's the deal anyway. Let's go and have a ball. All right, let's go. All I did, guys, was just zippy tie that caliper up so there's no tension on the brake line. Little trick, don't let it hang by the brake line, otherwise you'll end up getting a leaking brake line. I know, so let's get this rotor off. So even though it unbolts from here, I've still got to take this hub apart, which sucks. Anyway, D-Max. ABS, shiny, annoying rotor. Hey guys, rotor's off, caliper's off, the hub's off. The hub separated from the rotor on these D-Max. So this is what we have. New rotor, old rotor. You can see how these get super shiny. And back in the old days, we used to machine them, but now these are only like 70, 80 bucks. Well, that's what it cost me. And you wouldn't even get it machined for that. So yeah, that's the new one. You can see the difference, the lippage. Don't ever change a rotor or rotors without changing your brake pad. It's just do them both, eliminate problems. I'll also be doing the brake fluid, flushing that out as well. Let's get that hub back on. We'll grease those hubs too. We'll redo the bearings, grease those hubs because we're here. Open heart surgery, so why not re-grease them? I'm not going to do the seals on the bearings just because they're not that old from the last rotor. There's no point. I probably could, you know, if you want to do one-stop shop, never see it again kind of thing, do it. But yeah, they're pretty good. They're not that old actually. Alright guys, the D-Max is just, as I'm getting deeper and deeper, just more worn stuff. So here's to show you what I said, where I didn't want to replace the bearings and the seals. Now I'm replacing the bearings and the seals. There's the new outer race, which the bearing goes in there. And there's the old one. So you can see there's a lip here and a lip down here. And all this hard face has just been hot and just general wear and tear. Nothing crazy's happened there, but definitely old age. Last minute maintenance. It's amazing what you find when you look. These are the best. Big leverage. Direct the glasses. Yep. Pain in the ass. New seal. Check to see if it actually fits. Oh, perfect. So, there's half the battle. Clean that up. Here's the old seal. I just want something that is that size to hit it back into the transfer case. So yeah, gotta use what you have, eh? Remember, don't forget to mark these before it comes off. That so goes back in the exact location, the tail shaft to the yoke of the diff, because they can get out of balance. It's gonna work this time. Need to go on holiday. Yeah, it's such a simple seal. It's a simple seal, YouTube, and I don't know what went wrong. It went in bloody cockeyed, so it didn't seal, and then I properly ruled it, pulling it back out. It's take 2 today. Oh, I've got to change the oil in the transfer case, so there's the silver lining. Easier to change the oil than it is to change your gearbox. Prevention's better than cure. Treadifying stuff? Always treadifying stuff. I'm doing actual alligator clips to Anderson plug, just because why not? Because we've got 2 deep cycle batteries in the D-Max, and one's rigged up permanently in my ute, and then the other one's just a spare, because on this trip we're going to be taking, well, there's 4 of us with 4 phones, 2 GoPros, 1 drone, a laptop, and lights, and a fridge, and there's so much. Just with that second battery, it'd be good just to have a backup. So Anderson's, I've got everything is Anderson's in my D-Max, in the canopy there. So onto that second battery that's really just out of the Lucky Star, that deep cycle battery. And yeah, we'll just use it. So I'll just add the clip straight onto it, onto the battery. Anderson, whether I'm charging or getting some power, just for the option. I'll show you how I do it. I always like to solder my terminals. This is what it will look like when we're finished. Always like soldering it, just set, forget, never have to worry about it. Beauty, let that cool down. And then straight from there into that clip. We're good. So I'm just trying to push that up there. There we go. Yep, that's clicked in. Same on the other side. So all I'm doing here is I'm just pulling that tab down so it just can go in a bit easier. So many people push by the wire because that's all you have really. Done. Perfect. So now what's left is I've got to go get a 2-piece rod, don't I? We've got the reels. Got Tracy's rod and reel, got the kids' rod and reel. I've got my reel. I just don't have a 2-piece because I don't like 2 pieces, but for travelling, 2-piece rod. So I better go and buy one of them, I think. Otherwise there'll be no fishing. We can't have that. It's not going anywhere. You gonna miss me?
No, something's up.
Yeah, he does, eh? Can't come. Too many national parks. Hey bud, say good day to YouTube. Louis, this is YouTube.
Good.
Too many national parks, mate.
First drama?
First drama, pie oven. Seems to be peaking on the floor of the oven on the element side. Just when we turned it on. First time we got it, obviously. First time using it. Warranty, taking it back, getting a new one, then we can go. And it's probably going to be about 9 o'clock in the morning that we're leaving. All good though. Another 700 Ks for today. We're not even out of the bay. 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Well guys, we've made it to Bundaberg, Queensland. The oil leak saga continues. So this is the output shaft seal where my tail shaft goes into my transfer case. It is dripping. So it's not dripping as bad as what it was, but it's dripping. There's been a couple of dramas. There has been one, the tail shaft, once the new seal is in, go to put this tail shaft into the transfer case. It is so tight. Like I'm talking a soft block of wood and a rubber mallet, and you know, to get it in. I've never had a tail shaft that hard. I didn't know if it had a keyway spline, which it didn't. I didn't know if it was an offset, you know, sort of toothed spline. It had to go a certain way. I had no idea with that. I didn't see any line-up marks, anything like that. But getting it in there, I've done a fair few of these output shaft seals in my time over the years, mostly on Toyotas, but they have never been that hard. Like you can normally put them on your shoulder and slide it into the gearbox. And it was, you know, here we are with a bit of timber and hammer. So the next question people would be asking me, yelling at their TV, is why are you hitting it with a hammer, Trent? I was just assuming that this was a tight seal and that it would bed itself in, maybe something like that, because I've never experienced a hard tail shaft or to put it into a seal. So what I'll do is I'll show you the seal. We've come to Bundy, we've found the leak again. It was dripping when we stopped. So before we go any further and drain all the oil out of the gearbox and ruin the gearbox or the transfer case, we stopped and I had half an hour left before Isuzu closed their shops. Another seal, this friggin' seal. 14 bucks is all this seal is. Now the drama is, you can see that spring on this side, and this is, there you go. So that's the oil side. And this is the face side with the fatter side. So for me, traditionally, your gearbox would be here, or in my case, transfer case would go, the seal would go in that way, and the tail shaft would go in that way. Not so on this, like a double lip oil seal. Apparently, I need to flip that over, and now that is going to the transfer case, if you guys can see that, and the tail shaft is going to go in that way, which we were always told on a normal seal, depending on the housing and everything else, don't do it that way, because all that happens is you grab this lip and you bind it. So you can see it's easier to go in this way than it would be to that way. However, at Isuzu I asked for plans, drawings of how this seal, if I've got it wrong or whatever. In the drawings, it's showing it the way that I bloody put it in, which is the rubber lip and the spring going into the transfer case, which is not the case. It's actually got to go that way. And this is what the guys, actually ran into a nice fellow, I didn't get his name, sorry, the fellow at Repco at Bundy. And then there was actual Isuzu mechanic someone was looking after me, said, yes, no, the diagram is wrong, the seal is turned around. So guys, I'm in Bundy, the wife's ready to kill me, I've got a $2 hammer, a couple of $2 bloody like punches to get the new seal in. I've spent $30 on oil seal removal, I'm not mucking around with that. Another bottle of oil, and I'm going to replace this on the side of the road in an industrial estate, it looks like, not too far from my Susie, and replace this seal and we'll see how we go. Hopefully I haven't done any damage, as in, I'm not worried about the transfer, it's pretty hard to get any gunk in there. It still can get in there, yes, but I'm more worried about the actual ring or the lip of the rubber cutting a groove on the yoke of the tail shaft that goes in. That would suck. If I've got a cut out groove in that, then it needs to have like a speedy sleeve, which is a sleeve that covers in that groove, which is not here. That we'd have to go back to Harvey Bay. So here's to hoping. I'm gonna go and get dirty, get under that car, pull this friggin' tail shaft out again, put the seal in the right way for the transfer, but the wrong way to the diagrams, and we should be good. So we'll know probably, well, we did 100 Ks before I actually stopped, or a bit more, 150 Ks before I stopped and actually had a look, and it was leaking then, so we'll do that, eh? And if that's the case and we're all good, we do have one more drama, of course, and that is my DC to DC. I think we've got something going on with our 12 volt where the power from the alternator is going to the second battery in the canopy, but the brains of the second battery, i.e. the DC to DC, is not charging. So there's something wrong. It's either DC to DC or the connection there, because from the alternator I'm getting the power. So we can direct link that and manually pull the Anderson plug. So what I mean by that is you'll get continual charge from the alternator. Let the battery charge, do not overcharge it. I'm not recommending it, this is just what I'm doing. And we'll get to somewhere like 90%, disconnect the Anderson plug, and then that battery doesn't have the potential to boil or overcharge. Drain it back down with all of our stuff that we've got charging and stuff like that. Get down to 20%, plug that alternator Anderson plug back in, charge it up while we're traveling. So, because that's the drama at the moment. I've got a solar panel on the roof and it's not getting the power because it's got to go to the DC to DC, and so on and so forth. So if we can get this oil problem sorted now, we'll be driving into the night, pull up somewhere later on down the track, and then somewhere next week, because it's Saturday today, Sunday tomorrow, we'll have to wait till Monday to sort the 12 volt power out. But hopefully our trip to Cooktown is not such short-lived. All right, let's go put this in the wrong way. Okay guys, so we'll end the episode there. Tune in next week to see if I'm leaving Bundy to go north or back home to Harvey Bay. We'll see you then. There's the leak.
You got the leak?
Yep.
Sorry, you're talking.
That's my wife on camera. She's helping me out.
That will be cut out.
There you go. From a distance, she's helping. Guys, honestly, can I just have 2 minutes because I've lost the seal again?
What's happened, babe?
Do you want to show where it was?
Yep.
Packet was sitting up here, like that, and I've just put these up here, and I heard dunk dunk on the plastic. Now we can't find the seal. So it's completely obvious. It'll be like under here, or because it just went clunk clunk on the plastic.
We just don't want to touch anything in case it wrecks it.
Yeah, we don't want to shift too much.
Yeah.
It's under the seat. Man, what the hell?
Maybe we're being told we shouldn't go.
Maybe we were told that we need to overcome obstacles. My God!